Eve is the illegitimate daughter of a chaebol family, but she rose to power through her exceptional talent. She became the CEO of the family company. She has beauty and wealth, and extraordinary leadership abilities, but because of her status as an illegitimate child, she could never gain acceptance from high society. To cross class barriers, and make up for her missing noble status, she set her sights on the royal family. Even though it's already the 21st century, the Korean royal family still exists. The male lead, Leon, is the second prince of the royal family. He was born with a noble temperament. The public calls him the nation's most beloved royal member. To break through the class barrier, Eve dressed up and attended a royal banquet. As a business genius, she wouldn't miss any opportunity to make money. She wore a bright red suit. Under her high-profile exposure, the suit instantly went viral online. Of course, the clothing brand was her own. The so-called viral traffic was also arranged in advance by her team. Not just the suit, the shoes and handbag. Every single item was instantly sold out. Although she has beauty and business talent, her humble origins remain the target of ridicule. What the royal members despise most are these chaebols, especially illegitimate daughters like Eve. They judged her flaws without hesitation, saying she has no sense of honor, that she's annoying, that she has no class. Someone directly called her crazy. Facing these taunts, Eve chose to confront them directly. No matter who they were, she simply didn't care. Not only did outsiders mock her half-brother didn't take her seriously either. Her brother scolded her for not greeting him, while using her origins to put her down. He said she was obsessed with luxury marketing, because deep down she was a fraud, so she desperately tried to hide her lowly birth.
노려보지 말고 임마.
개소리 쳐하고 있네.
The brother didn't expect she would actually dare to insult him back. Eve continued her attack, told him next time before he barked, he should put a leash on himself first, so she could strangle him with it. Didn't matter if he was her brother or not. Anyone who dared to provoke her would get no mercy. Soon the banquet began. The royal members and all the guests had already entered, but Leon still hadn't appeared. Until the camera gave a close-up, he slowly walked into the hall. What confused everyone was, despite being the second prince, he wore simple pajamas. This clearly violated protocol. His sister-in-law confronted him about it. It turned out Leon was never supposed to inherit the throne, but because his older brother had passed away, he was forced to take the place of his young nephew. In his sister-in-law's eyes, the true king should be her son, not Leon standing before her. The banquet continued as planned. Outside, Eve was thinking about her next move. Although her birth wasn't noble, she was the CEO of a business empire. She knew quite a few people in high society. Edward was one of them. He was Leon's secretary, and also Eve's good friend. While the two were chatting, Edward was called away by Leon. Although Leon was the second prince, because of his sister-in-law's interference, he could only live quietly in the palace. He deeply longed for life outside the royal family. At this moment, Eve wandered around out of boredom, and happened to run into Leon. But at this point in Eve's mind, her target wasn't Leon, but other royal members. Just as the two were chatting, a fire suddenly broke out in the palace. Leon seemed to recall something. Years ago, his older brother also died in a fire. His sister-in-law has always suspected Leon of setting the fire to seize the throne. She rushes to the scene and slaps Leon directly. Eve is startled.
그대가 또 이 나라 왕을 죽이려 합니까?
The two stare at each other in silence. It's clear that Leon didn't cause the fire, but his sister-in-law's actions show she doesn't care about him at all. News of the palace fire quickly trends online. Eve recalls her past with Leon. Back in college, she secretly went to the practice field to shoot arrows. Leon scolded her. He said her status didn't allow her to enter the royal training grounds. Eve didn't bow her head. She just gave a half-hearted apology. The next day, the sister-in-law finds Leon. On the surface, it seems like an apology, but in reality, she is arranging a marriage for him. According to royal rules, once Leon marries, he must leave the palace. She does this to limit his power and make her son the future king. The rule is absurd, putting Leon in a passive position. At the same time, Eve is being pushed into marriage by her father. Her wealthy father wants to control her power in the company through marriage. His goal is to clear the path for his incompetent eldest son. Stubborn Eve refuses to accept this fate easily. She won't marry a nobody.
안 될 겁니다. 내가 그렇게 안 될 거니까.
Both Leon and Eve are pressured by their parents. The difference is, Leon doesn't dare defy his sister-in-law. He chooses to avoid the issue and makes excuses to leave the palace for a trip. Eve is naturally rebellious. She comes up with a solution to the crisis: marry Leon. Their destinies become intertwined once again. Eve decides to take action, but meeting a prince isn't easy. She must submit an application in advance, following royal procedures. When Leon learns it's Eve's application, he rejects it outright. Eve doesn't understand. She didn't even write a reason. The secretary comforts her, saying maybe the prince is too busy. Eve smirks. No way. Is he playing hard to get with me? The secretary can't help but admire Eve's thinking. To see the prince, Eve submits another application. In the following days, she's rejected 5 times in a row. On the 6th attempt, Leon finally agrees to meet her. Spring arrives, and they finally meet. But Leon's sister-in-law already knows. She arranges spies to eavesdrop and monitor them. Heeju's first words were,
저와 혼인하시죠.
but Leon already had wealth and status, none of which he wanted. His secretary was confused. What did he actually want? The answer was love. Heeju was naturally rejected, but love was just an excuse. The goal was to make her give up on her own. Leon didn't know. Heeju had been used to hardship and ridicule since childhood. What she was best at was turning defeat into victory in tough situations. Faced with rejection, she didn't give up. Instead, she pursued him even more persistently. She used money to buy information from inside the palace. After finding out Leon's location, she rushed there immediately. When Leon saw Heeju, he was both surprised and in disbelief. He didn't expect her to come back after being rejected. Even less did he expect his whereabouts to be leaked by his own staff. It seemed money really could solve a lot of problems. In any case, Heeju had now set her mind on Leon. She would just have to take it one step at a time. At breakfast, Heeju appeared again.
보고 싶었어요.
The money was well spent. Not only did she get Leon's location, she also knew his entire upcoming schedule. Then Heeju recited his entire schedule, including volunteering at a stray cat shelter. Leon was shocked. He scolded her for daring to investigate the Grand Prince. Heeju not only admitted it, she said it was just a necessary means to cultivate their relationship. She even threw him a flirtatious look as she spoke. The offensive that followed would only get more intense. Whether Leon went out alone, or watched a movie at the theater, or went running, Heeju would know in advance, and show up right in front of him on time. Under Heeju's relentless pursuit, Leon finally had enough. After several days of this, Heeju was getting tired too. But before she could rest, her sister-in-law called. Her chaebol father, wanting her to get married quickly, had already arranged various blind dates, and threatened her that if she didn't go, he would shut down her company. Reluctantly, she had to go, but as soon as they met, she went on the offensive. She told the man, if he just wanted to marry her for money, she could give him even more. Clearly, she was deliberately sabotaging the blind date. As expected, the man, feeling insulted, rejected her. So Heeju's goal was crystal clear. She would marry no one but Grand Prince Leon. Meanwhile, Leon was troubled. This woman kept showing up out of nowhere. Apart from her figure and beauty, her behavior was nothing like a traditional woman. But it was precisely because of Heeju's uniqueness that made Leon a little curious. So at an awards ceremony, the two met again. Heeju, as an outstanding entrepreneur, won the top award, and the presenter was Grand Prince Leon.
보고 싶었어요.
This confession was sudden, though somewhat improper. Leon wasn't put off. Instead, he found this adorable gesture, piqued his curiosity once again. After finishing the day's schedule, Heeju was heading back to her hotel to rest, but she ran into Secretary Choi. That's when she learned Leon had caught a cold. Worried about the outside world finding out, he didn't choose the royal hospital, nor did he dare notify the palace physician. He was temporarily staying at a hotel. For Heeju, this was the perfect opportunity. It gave her a better chance to win Leon's favor, and close the distance between them.